know. You love to see it. You love to see it.
Oh,
all right, who are you predicting off the back of this? Because OG, wonky draft once again.
Yeah. I think I am going to slightly favor OG. I think I like their lane setup a little bit more. With what I was saying about the Razor Disruptor, I think is very similar to the Doom Disruptor now into the Enigma lane. If he's ever out of position, he's just going to die multiple times. And I do not think, regardless if they put a Phoenix or a Mirana in that lane, it's going to change the outcome. I think he's going to have a really rough time. If Addy can get out of the lane, and then he will be a threat, I think, with BKB Black Hole as the game goes on. Like you said, they've got a response in the Doom, but that is it. And I honestly think he could even be considered about dooming other targets as well. So I'm very worried about that lane. You've got Resolution on a Razor. He is very, very comfortable in this hero. Back, of course, when he was playing on Secret, he destroyed multiple games with it, and he's playing to a Dragonite. So you've swapped the priority, putting DK1 into a counter, which is a bit of a concern for me. So, but with all that being said, I'd probably say OG are on a bit of a timer, right? Like, I think they have to run over this game because
Ember's gonna fall off. Ember.
Did you say?
Is going to fall off.
Say, yeah.
Bro, we never see this hero, okay? Can't be
I get it. No, but, I get it.
We've also just got with the... we've got Cube on his Mirana as well. He's going to be going into that Disruptor Doom lane, and I feel like he's going to be pretty free up until at least like level 3 on the Disruptor to get a lot of creep pulls happening. You know, level 1 Glimpse, not the highest range to be able to play around with, so a way to just not have to worry quite so much about getting run down is... well, just don't lane into it. Again, I think players are getting better and better at just realizing this. If the lane sucks, don't play the lane. Find a way to be able to make it work. And you would probably have to say Dire have the better tools at being able to do that. Just much more easy to drag the wave behind the tier 1 tower and prevent Doom from running at you early.
So you did just bring up before we got underway as well about the recent item build that Thompson's been going for here with the Earth Spirit. Do you think there's any potential for him to fit a vessel into this draft? Do you think it's required against the DK, against the sustain from the Phoenix as well? Because you also were saying there were some issues potentially with the damage overall for OG, or do you think there's other items that need to have a higher priority?
Yeah, it's nice for sure. Don't get me wrong. It's a great vessel game just to be able to get it in onto a lot of these targets that are going to be playing off the healing, either passive or through the likes of the Sunray. But you need the Meteor Hammer. You need to open this map up. I think you could still go the Urn first just because you are going to need to be setting up a lot of that tempo. But maybe Urn, Meteor Hammer, then Vessel into like a BKB is the way that I would look to do it.
Has he still got that crazy damage talent as well? No, he doesn't.
What was it, like 50 damage or whatever?
Yeah, 10? something stupid.
They gave it over to Abaddon at level 15 instead.
Okay, I remember listening to Crit speak about how he thinks Earth Spirit needs to be changed to make it viable. And all he said was that Ag Shard, you do exactly the same as Ember Spirit, where the remnants do AoE damage. Because his issues is, what Chris said, and probably one of the better Earth Spirits, he said one of the biggest issues with Earth Spirit is his lane shoving potential and his farming. And he felt like if you ag it's just easy, simple. You've already got another idea of it in the Ember, so it's not going to make it difficult for Ice Frog to work it out. You just add a little bit of damage, overweight. Exactly, the code's in the game. Just put on Ag Shard, extra damage with Remnant AoE, you lay it down, you farm. What do you think about that idea? Is that something that could make this hero a little bit more viable than he currently is?
Can we go a step above that and kind of share the Ember Shard fully and then actually just get another Remnant given to you if you get a kill or an assist off the back of it? I'd like that. Anything that enables more aggressive play is kind of cool.
That's a step further, and I think that would then definitely make him viable. So...
Ember Spirit is just exciting to see, right? You're not some of these heroes that just get guaranteed stuns every single time. You got to be a Ronaldo to be able to make him work.
And I think everyone has a soft spot for position 4s. We could be here for quite some time and list off the high caliber 4s that we think of being able to make play after play after play on the main stage when it all comes down to the line. And a lot of that is off the back of the heroes like the Earth Spirit, those that have the high playmaking capability, the do or die, very mechanically difficult, but if you're practiced on it, you can look like the best in the world. And with Earth Spirit being one of them, but not being strong right now in the meta, it's a little bit sad. We miss those players.
Not sure what's going on with Seb, by the way. It's been quite a while that he's been DC, but I'm going to put you on the spot here, Aries.
Oh, God.
You're Thompson's best friend, hypothetically. I know that would never be the case, but you're Thompson's best friend. What do you get him for his birthday? A man that's won TI twice. What do you get Thompson for his birthday?
Dude, that's a difficult question because now I need to be considering. Yeah, I know. Now I need to be. Well, firstly, I don't know what he particularly likes. I don't know what he's gotten.
You meant to know.
Okay, well. Oh, my bad then. I'm so sorry. Something easy would be a experience with the family, I think.
What kind of experience?
What kind of experience? A nice safari trip.
Okay. We're
I'm kind
talking
of rich
African
like
safari.
that.
I mean,
Yeah, let's. Well, the man deserves it. 2-time winner Thompson. He deserves to spend some nice time with the family over in a safari over in goddamn Africa, seeing the real chads of the beasts out
The
there,
Serengeti.
all the lions, mate, all of them.
you're just trying to
Every
set up a
single one.
tactical lion to be able to take him out. I know you. I know your plans.
No, hang on. What? I'm a very nice person. I'd not harm anyone. No.
If you're best friends, though, then he might have you in the will. So that tactical lion is going to be very important.
No best friend is in the will.
Well, you were in my will, but not anymore. I'm taking you out tomorrow.
You've already got a will? Damn,
No,
you
I
must be. Are you that? Oh,
I don't.
God.
It's important
Oh
to have
my-
one, by the way. It doesn't
I
have.
get-
I actually don't have one, but it is important to have one. I probably should look to get into it.
Damn, I didn't know you were like in your 40s already, even 50s.
60s, bro. Get with it.
60s. I mean, they need to make an image of you. Like, I wish we had at least before we went pause, they did the sticker or the spray of Seb in his little scooter, so then we could be like, this is potentially what Daniel would look like as well.
I heard them trying to put it down on the ground, but I think just because it's paused, they don't actually go onto the ground just yet. Maybe we'll take a Snapchat filter photo at one point to be able to show. Wait, do you use that much? Do you use Snapchat much?
No, I don't like that up.
I don't like it either, but I love the crying filter. I think it is one of the best things of all time, just
Such
to be
a
able to
boomer.
put people on. No, have you seen the one I'm
Such a
talking about?
boomer.
You could be
No, I don't know
laughing,
what
having
you're
the
talking
greatest
about.
time of your life, and you look depressed as hell. And I think
okay,
it's hilarious
yeah.
because it just makes you laugh more and more. I'm pretty sure I did it to you at Stockholm, didn't I?
I don't know. I've seen like videos of what you're saying though, so I kind of know what you're speaking about. But no, Snapchat's kind of ass. There's better apps.
It is true.
I try and.
I need the... I don't want those conversations to go away. I need to be able to go back to the receipts so that I can pull them out when when I need to use a scandal to my advantage.
What? Hang on now. What the hell?
You're a very scandalous person, bro.
Oh, come on, dude. You're not supposed to paint me in that light. I'm
not. You're a good boy.
Thank you.
Wholesome
You
young
make me, my night is just so much better now after hearing you say that. I've just.
But you're still not going to do anything for my birthday.
I couldn't give a shit about your birthday, to be honest.
There we go. There it is. The true Aries comes out.
What are you doing for my birthday?
It's not until January. I got plenty of time.
Yeah, but you missed my recent one. That was a couple months ago, so...
Oh, you didn't get that thing I left for you?
Oh, that was you!
Yep.
Oh, I thought that was one of my love affairs over in Europe for 20 one of my dogs. What?
On the
looks
lawn,
like
I
we're
left
underway.
it for you.
Let's who gives it there? There we go. There's the sprays and all the boys are back in. Not it wasn't too long of a pause. We've had longer ones before. It doesn't matter. We got to speak about what we get Thompson for his birthday and
Old man Seb, we get to see as well the sprays inside of the old G base. All right, so are you Ivy favored this game? What do you think's going to happen?
No, I think OG, just because I think their lineup very much suits their game style of just taking over games very early on. What are you, though? Did you believe in the boys? Which boys, though? Who's the boys? Disruptor. He's not going to be one of the boys for much longer. Kit Track. Given over first blood. Unfortunately, it's Vincenzo that finds it. Would have loved to have it for a court to help with the laning phase, but nonetheless, it will be Ivy that strike first.
And just on the point of Thompson, you were mentioning it during one of your questions towards me. He's actually got the Spirit Vessel completely queued up, so he clearly feels like he needs to be able to, when they're running at them, be able to withstand the Sunray heal, the potential mech that's coming through. Of course, DK just being ever so survivable, and of course, Stoikov, he's going to be going into the Bloodstone as well. So it's going to sacrifice a little bit of their pushing potential, but maybe if LG can make some plays around the catapults, then that's not going to matter quite as much. But it really does put a lot more emphasis on them to be able to do that. So Ivy will be able to set up for it. Granted, they don't know that he's got the Spirit Vessel queued up, but you know, maybe when they see that he's not starting to build towards the Meteor Hammer, they'll kind of suspect it. There's a lot of old Sebs in that mid lane.
There are. You see the one with the tree to the right of the Radiant T1 tower, where his chin's on the tree line?
What a chin.
Looks so dumb.
How many of them can there be?
They should have run and put it under the T1 tower.
You got to get it on the stairs
damage.
just so it warps a little bit, you know?
Ah, that's the thing. Maybe you miss a CS for it, or something. Your attention drags elsewhere because you're looking at the beautiful face of the old grandpa. See how
I want to see how much Cube's able to do in this bottom lane. Like if you're going to go Blightstone, you got to get the harassment going, right? Like he's going to start blocking up some of these small camps. Obviously, he doesn't want the lane to be in a good spot. He wants to be able to get as much of this harass out away from the tower and that additional armor bonus as possible. So lane's already going to be passively pushing towards Ivy just because of the demonic conversion, but anything that you can do to supplement that is going to be great. And I mean, even just a Blightstone, I know it's not really a major thing, but Blightstone's duration needs to be reduced. 8 seconds is far too long, and especially with an Enigma who's able to potentially get, 6 Eidolons hitting into that target, can really start to ramp up that damage pretty quickly.
Yeah, that it can. Another thing about the lane just being closer to the tower for Ivy makes it that much more difficult for OG to chase them down, because they do need the full length of this lane to probably get the kills. So without the small camp now to reposition the creep wave closer to their tower, means that there might not be as much kill threat, but that's our bottom lane so far. Let's take a look at how top's going at the moment. It's Vincento's not going to go down. Very, very close to the Plasma, but we've got Seb, of course, on his Comfort IO with Resolution as well on the Razor. And have you been enjoying the Dragonite ones that we've been getting? We haven't had the opportunity to cast too many, but I know there's a lot getting picked up over in Dream League.
I think it's fine as long as you've got someone else that's going to provide that same pushing potential, right? Because the Dragon Knight, if you're playing it as a 1, it needs to farm. It's going to play a little bit more greedy, so I don't think you can afford to commit a lot of your time to be able to take out these towers. That's the job of your offlaner most of the time. At least they've got the Leshrac this time around, so I'm fine with it. Wonder, with that first blood as well, if we'll see Vincento topside. Actually, they're looking to make a bit of a play here on Tizani. Of course, the slow from the plasma field is going to allow them to get a little bit extra amount of that static link in. I wonder if they're going to get into the situation where he can actually look to go into his own urn on Vincento. I know it's something that Phoenix really likes to go, and I mean, you're going up against an IO.
Addy taking a lot of damage, but with the full split of the Eidolons, yeah, no one couldn't continue to play aggressive.
Yeah. Need to get the courier. Yeah, I wonder if you're going to go into a Spirit Vessel on the Phoenix. Feels like a pretty decent fit against the heals coming through from the IO. No one else really wants to buy it on the team. I feel like Mirana might be the one to go. I wonder what Mirana does go. I mean, we're assuming that Addy's going to go this. Oh, has to be careful though. He's going to get run down.
Got a decent amount of one charges actually, and yeah, with the point blank arrow, Addy's going to be okay. No one's still considering about diving under the tower.
Cube still has 3 leap charges, not wanting to use any of them. Maybe just wanting to keep the fact that he's got that skilled up a mystery, because I don't think he's actually had to use it yet in that lane. Might be mistaken though.
Alright, now what about this mid lane with Stoikov up against Topson's Spirit? Looking very, very even at the moment between the two, but how do these two heroes differ in regards to like the first 13 minutes. What are we expecting out of them?
13, that's a little bit arbitrary, but
I know.
I think it's really just going to depend on what power runes you can play around with, right? Like Topson, yeah, you can make some moves off of an Ember Spirit with the rolling boulder to be able to get to some of these side lanes as well. He's actually going to look to make a play onto Stoikov right underneath the tower, but that's just because it has such a low mana cost that you can look to spam it out. But this is really what I was expecting to see. You know, a quick power rune, then make their rotation down bot, but they should see that he's not coming back to this lane, so how are they going to look to reposition themselves back underneath the safety of the tower? They're actually going to go for a bit of a jump in here as well. Should be able to land this kill.
Beautifully done. Great first rotation out of Topson, and like you said, it was underneath the walls, so they were well aware that it was going on, but with a second point in the glimpse, it just dragged the Enigma a little bit further away than what he was expecting.
Even gets the bounty rune on his way back, so Stoikov only has the 1 point in the Diabolic Edict, not able to get any damage in onto the tower, so you'd feel very happy just to secure that lane a little bit more strongly for no one. Because it is important for the Enigma as well to be able to get into a decent start so that you could start, again, putting pressure onto these towers. The thing is, Ivy have 3 heroes that are going to be able to do that, so it's not enough just to be able to lock down the one. That's one of the things that I did like about their draft, is that it's not obvious every single move that they're going to make. You got to be keeping mindful of all of the different areas of the map, as Cube has to be careful just to be able to get away with that last leap charge, and he will be able to. So really now for Topson, it's clear out this next wave, try and get the power rune. Honestly, with Stoikov, I want to see him play a little bit more aggressively, because you could look to go for the TP into that mid lane.
Oh, man, oh man.
Power of IO.
Strength threads. That as well as a fairy fire and strength thread saving lives.
TP down bottom by Topson. He's not level 6 yet, though.
They got a glimpse of him, though. They get the vision for the drag back, and they will indeed be able to. So, Addy, gonna be another death here for the Enigma. No. Okay.
Topson on point, is he? Ooh.
He's got the 6. If he gets a glimpse, he might even just look to use the magnetize. No way, he's out.
And he misses out the power rune, and the mid lane's now pushing in, and he TP'd out here as well. So he needs to get back immediately. Not getting this kill is a significant deal. You've even got the siege creep still alive, so Stoikov, with that regen rune, he's happy to tank up a lot of this damage from the tower, even just massively spams out the wave. So this is a lot of net worth just going away from Topson.
And look at Cube's positioning as well. Minor thing, but he's inside Radiant's jungle, and more than likely the...
on the way back.
Yes, that's the route back to mid lane, so he's going to know when Topson's moving over. Which does look like he's just going to go for a solo kill onto Cube. He's got some leaps to play with. Roll's going to be off the mark, though. And he didn't get the refresh in the magnetize, but simultaneously bottom lane, they do finally get Addy. So they didn't need the +1. They just needed the 2 original members that were playing down bottom to continue to slow down the Enigma's game.
Didn't even need the glimpse that time around. Kitrak was just able to do it with a Thunder Strike, providing that tiny slow. Unfortunately, he's not able to get the wave pull off, though, so the Enigma might be able to come back here to a fairly decent lane, although... oh no, he's TPing to the tier 2 tower. Just checking that there's not an Observer Ward placed up behind the tower, doesn't want to get glimpsed back. But that mid tower's gone. That's the downside of this Earth Spirit hero, right? You find a rotation without that urn, not getting the kill. You're not even going to get value out of that either. And now Stoikov takes a lot of these stacks that have been built up for him too.
Yes, we're getting max value out of the regen rune here for Stoikov. He's off to a great start. Top of the net worth. Very big lead over the enemy's cause. And you see, I'm actually quite surprised Resolution is struggling as much as what he is right now. Maybe struggling. He wasn't getting... I thought he was going to get more out of the lane. The fact DK actually even has a higher net worth is very surprising to me.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, where's the pressure really coming from? Again, it's against an IO. A lot of this damage is slow. The damage over time. Nice arrow landing onto Seb as well. Yeah, I was really just thinking with Vincento. I mean, again, like, you're going up against an IO lineup, so this Fire Spirit shouldn't be able to do all that much, right? Especially that with standing underneath the tower, with Flag Bearer creeps, with the headdress as well, picked up by Seb. So yeah, a little bit surprised that Rezo's in this sort of situation.
Bottom lane, Addy, though, once again is going to be in some trouble. A very peculiar position from Kitrak with the wraparound. We've got the vision to glimpse him back, so no one's going to get a lot of usage out of the Doom. So they're going to look for the deny, try it with the Idle Ones. Won't be on the mark with the timing now. No one needs to be pretty cute with the Duke. Stoikov doesn't have too much mana even if he catches up, but it's not going to matter because look at the rotation starting to come out from OG. Seb TP's down and Thompson's here. Invised up. They're not aware of her. Can you find an angle, though, to look to utilize the invis on Thompson?
They're not aware of that sentry, though, on old G that was placed down previously. So they don't actually see him yet because he's still pathing around. He's right on the edge of that range, but those creeps will start to hit him.
Keep hiding, keep. Careful, my friend. Looks like that's T1 Tower going to go down for the first of the game here for OG. Looks like it is also Midas completed, I believe. Yep, recipe. Now giving over to no one as well, so pretty good timing on the Midas.
For sure, for sure. I mean, my question is still going to be, when can they get truly active on old G, right? They've got the Elder Dragon form popped on the top side, so it doesn't really seem like they'll want to fight into this. But I really feel like Stoikov's getting a little bit too out of control this game. He's just a little bit away from that Bloodstone, about 1,000 or so gold, maybe slightly more, to be able to pick it up. And that needs to be addressed because, you know, these longer fights, they're meant to be favoring old G. You know, they've got the Magnetize to be able to play around with. They've got the Static Link. They've got the Doom. They've even got the Glimpse to be able to provide that. But a long fight is going to favor Stoikov if he's able to get into this early Bloodstone, especially while he's got this Arcane Rune bottled.
Yeah, that's the important thing. It's another room that OG don't prioritize. More power runes given over to Stoikov. Gonna look to try and get a little bit aggressive onto Seb. Arrow's going to fly, but it's going to be off the mark this time from Cube.
They defend their tower, though. And I feel like, again, late game, Enigma, Dragon Knight, Phoenix, you're pretty happy with this. They do land a nice roll then, though, onto the Mirana, and that'll finally get, you would hope. There we go. He gets a couple of charges onto that Spirit Vessel. Very important for Thompson to be able to get up into that one. So now, even if Stoikov continues this really solid bit of farming, he's going to be a little bit vulnerable, despite having that Bloodstone available for himself.
And they keep making stacks for Stoikov in the jungle. Look at this. I wonder how many stacks Vicento has made already, because he's...
It's going to start making
quite
him rich
the support player. Yeah, that indeed. We do see a smoke coming out from OG, though, so looking to try and combine with Resolution. Level 7, and with the Eye of the Storm activated, they love to be able to get this top tower and try and shove Zani into the jungle, but a pretty good read from the Dragon Knight. He's going to be able to escape this. Midas as well completed here for the carry on Ivy, so you're already going to start to see his scaling come out very shortly, thanks to the item.
I do like the fact that Rezo popped that Eye of the Storm so early, though, right? Like, he was farming a couple of cramps at the time, so it doesn't necessarily reveal that that rotation is coming, but he could have very easily joined in and still had at least half of the duration left for it. And Addy, he's just been the target way too many times, so he's trying to just stay in the tree line as much as possible. Wonder if they're just going to have a look at the Eidolons and see if that aura is affecting them, just to give them a bit of a clue as to his positioning. But I think that's the mech that he's actually got coming out to him now, so the survivability is really starting to build up on Ivy.
And it is. It's going to be cautious, though, with the daytime. They should be able to get the glimpse. Level 3 from Kitrak. Yeah, there's the drag back. And without this tier 1 tower, it's just so difficult for Addy to play in this bottom lane. You don't have a lot of room to be able to move and posture yourself aggressively. You're putting a lot of your attention on the Eidolons to CS, but even then, you have to be nearby if that's going to be the case, and we saw that was just then, so another kill. This Enigma is very much struggling so far in the net worth, lowest out of all the cores. On tops and mid lane looking for another kill. This time it's going to be on the Cube. Should be able to secure it, granting himself some more Spirit Vessel charges. He has to commit pretty heavily, and the arrow is actually going to be a mark. So Zani can fall with the Dragon Tail, needs to get in front of Thompson to block the roll. In fact, that's just not even required. Stoikov comes in with a split earth, the hell about. So Ivy, I mean, you're so happy with that exchange. Multiple Spirit Vessels expended to get the kill into the Mirana. And Thompson's Earth Spirit, first death of the game. So, you know, continuing to kind of slow him down.
At least you've got that one Spirit Vessel charge left available, but again, like, you're going into a Bloodstone. It's a regen rune that Stoikov's playing around with. You've got Zani working closer and closer towards that BKB. I think it's important that you do get somewhat active as this DK, despite being a position 1, right? But he's been able to pick up that pretty early Midas. Of course, not going to get farmed quite as quickly as no one is, but I really don't think you care all that much. They're going to look for Addy once again.
Yeah.
Do you even drop the... No, you can't drop the Black Hole. No way for them to rejoin you. And of course, they would have just got the Glimpse back as well.
So they might look to make a play shortly on Ivy where like one core shows on the map, maybe even a core and a support, and then they try and smoke bottom and bait the Enigma, because that's twice now that he's died like that in the past couple of minutes. And you see OG, they're not even... They're committing pretty heavily to try and bring him down, and if he's got some boys behind him, like you just said, he could turn with Mech and Black Hole, but you need the team, so maybe that's a potential fight they could look to set up shortly.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, Vincento as well, he's going to try and rush that Aghanim shard as quickly as possible. Very vital for him to have that so that you're not able to stop the Sunray coming through with that glimpse or the geomagnetic grip from Thompson. So if they can look to try and rush into that, he does just have the 2 points in the Sunray right now, so it's not going to have insane value, but he'll probably be level 9 by the time he's able to pick it up. That's why they're just emphasizing how much experience and gold he's able to get up towards this top side of the map, as, oh gee, they're ready to make a play. Triple smoke. Yeah.
And look at no one, his devoured creep. He's got the envenomed weapon, which reduces all the regen. Very
75.
Interesting.
Yep.
We'll speak about that a little bit after this fight. Does look like they're going to connect shortly on some of the members on Ivy. Cube's in a pretty good position to pop the smoke and to get the leap away. The Kid Track's going to make that a bit more difficult here with the glimpse back. They'll get the kill onto the Mirana. Top tower is able to go down as well. But meanwhile, across the map, we see bottom's also getting shoved out too. So let's see what the call is going to be for OG. And in fact, they even want to defend this bottom tower. A relocate coming behind them. Addy, does he just look to drop the black hole? He's going to be able to do so with Stoikov nearby. They just run into the meat grinder. But Seb, he's able to keep them relatively healthy for the moment. Seb will still go down, but no one... He's going to be able to turn it. First doom of the game, under the cover of the BKB. He can look to chase down the left track, but they're concerned about the rotations coming out from Ivy. Zani's going to be able to connect. And now the doom's expired, so Stoikov, he's going to be fine to run back in. With a haste activated, he wants to try and chase down no one. Great dodge of the split earth, but is it going to be enough to keep no one alive? His turnaround's going to be all off the back of Thompson if he can land some of the abilities, but with the haste, it's just so difficult. Stoikov, he should be able to give it a Sunray. Oh, they keep him alive. Stoikov will live. Zani, though, will he have the same fate? In a bit of trouble at the moment. Everything committed to try and get the Dragon Knight. A kick in, but the Supernova, there's nothing you can do now. OG needs to call the retreat, but can they even escape from this? They're going to burn them dry. Seb just survives on a slither of health. Even Resolutions come down. Why not have a 10-man fight down to the bottom lane? But Rezo, he won't be able to get the kill onto one, but it looks like Addy, well, finally, the person they started on the Enigma will go down, and they might even be able to get Coop as well. No more leap charges for the Miranda to play with. Gonna be able to juke to the tree line.
He's gonna get away.
The plasma field, and he won't. They got a ward. All right, Q will not get away indeed, but what the heck just happened bottom lane?
It was they didn't even have like. Did they have vision of that reload coming in? I guess they would, otherwise they would have dropped the black hole, but I mean, that's the downside, right? You got to make sure that the disruptor's there as well so that you're able to get that instant glimpse off. You're able to get the geomagnetic grip silence. Actually, Thompson doesn't even have that leveled up just yet. Looking to prioritize the rolling boulder as much as possible. He is very much a two-skill maxer on a lot of his heroes, completely ignoring one of them a lot of the time, but this is going to be one where even just that singular point is going to give so much utility.
Ooh, Thompson's got a Midas queued up. All right, we're going late, baby.
All right.
Who does that even favor? You've got the...
I don't know if you could geomagnetic grip someone out of a black hole. I don't know. If you get level 20. Probably not. Remember when Rubik's Shard first came out and you could lift people out of black hole? That was kind of fun.
Yeah. Classic Rubik stuff. No, another aggressive smoke here for OG. Zani's got a BKB.
Reload.
Okay, not going to be able to activate it, so with the Vessel, he should go down, but he's got the boys behind him. Vincento's not going to look to play around with the Sunray to keep his Dragon Knight alive, but you've got to be cautious, though.
That's pretty deep.
Consider about turning to the Supernova, and no one is there to protect it, and now Stoikov, he's in trouble as well. He's got the Bloodstone to look to activate it, with the BKBs expiring from OG. The damage for the Leshrac might be enough to get some spell life still back, but he's just going to have no turnaround potential as Resolution stands strong in the face of it all. Rewarded with a double kill, and now finally OG, 0 casualties from them. That's a big team fight.
It is, but it's just a 5v4 team fight. Addy was standing up the bottom side of the map for the entire time. He still had about 10 seconds left on his TP to be able to join in onto that one, and he was farming a creep wave, so they would have known exactly where there's going to be able to figure him out. He could use the Guardian Greaves to be able to pop this one here, but they're just going to close in onto him. It's not going to be worth it at all, and this is the sort of thing that Ivy couldn't afford to do. They can't just bleed kills for free like this, and well, they're going to find another. So even the next fight that they look to take, you know, relocate, it's up in 30 seconds. So they're just going to see where the Enigma looks to move himself and then look to try and fight away from it. Very important that you value those TP scrolls and just look to walk out to lanes a lot of the time. Look at this. They're instantly onto the Mirana. They just try and find these situations to be able to create an outnumber. You know, it's always this snowball effect, right?
Yeah. And now that you've been able to open up the map and a little bit of lead, we're going to see them continue just to run across the map because they are more reliant on cooldowns. Your egg, your dragon form, your black hole for team fights. Not as much for the Leshrac, of course, but that's really the only individual on Ivy that doesn't have to worry about the cooldown. So for OG, they're going to look to try and utilize all the deep vision they can find. Unfortunately for them, Kitrak's ward deep inside Dai's lines up top in the jungle is going to expire, but that's the type of wards they're hoping for.
Stoikov's closing in on his level 15. He's got the BKB finished up as well. Of course, has the Bloodstone to be able to play around with. Vincento.
Addy.
It's not going to get picked again, is he? He can't afford to be there on his own. It just allows them to run
the boys are coming.
It's going to be too slow.
Stoikov's going to be pretty cautious, though. If the arrow connects, all right, they'll get the kill into Seb, it looks like. Thompson's trying to come in to protect him, but he's also out of a little bit of mana on Thompson. Enough to get another roll away. They smoked aggressively on Ivy. They're trying to catch up to more. Zani's got no blink, though, to close the distance. It's just going to be maybe on a straight arrow. They'll try and get resolution. Quick fingers with the BKB. Going to turn back on Azanic. All of his damage completely drained away. So the Dragon Knight's going to be a non-factor inside this team fight. A Supernova is going to be a bit of an issue here for OG, especially if the arrow connects onto resolution. They're still able to land the Doom, and Thompson's nearby with more resources to play with.
No
so
BKB on him,
going to end up going down. And now Zani's BKB is about to expire as well. So OG, they can turn it around. It won't be long enough to cover his TP out, but Q, well, he will not be as fortunate. The Mirana is going to be chased down into the tree line, and they also got the glimpse for the +1 onto Vincento. So OG, all they lose is resolution at the face of that tier 2 tower.
Was the last time Ivy fought as 5 that First Blood that they were able to get onto Kitrak? Kind of feels like it, right? Like, they've just been split up so much. All during that, Addy was farming in the exact same spot on the bottom side of the map. I really feel like they got to group up together, but, I mean, they've just used the Elder Dragon form. They just used the Supernova. They've got the Black Hole available, but Addy, even with everyone showing up on the bottom side of the map, doesn't feel comfortable even just to go back to somewhere as simple as the jungle. For good reason as well. Kitrak and Seb, they're just roaming around, seeing if they can find anyone out on their own. They're going to be walking underneath some vision placed down by Vincento previously. That's where exactly is being pinged. Would they look to go for a smoke together? I would love to see Cube get into the Yule Scepter as well that he's got, just to be able to potentially avoid like a relocate play.
Oh, they're going to get both wards.
Yep.
Great read from Kitrak. That was a freshly placed ward as well, so now their jungle is not safe at all from Ivy, and we might even see OG can consider about Roche at maybe an early stage, because Rezo has gone for this right-click build with the Sanjin Yasha, I mean, so
Addy's back bottom. You've got relocate again. I think you can afford to go for this. He's going to back off in time.
They might run into each other, though. Importantly, no one has his high ground advantage. Who's going to be quick on the fingers with the BKB? Defensive blink away from no one.
Where's that reload?
Try and take the team fight, but there's the reload. And now with the Static Storm as well inside the choke point. It's a pretty decent Supernova, though. It's going to buy some valuable seconds for Ivy to look to reevaluate if they want to continue on with the fight.
Addy,
but importantly,
that's not what you want to be.
He's lost his BKB. As they'll be able to glimpse back the Leshrac, completely isolated from the rest of the members, and as a result, Stoikov will go down.
that's really the only hero that you're worried about at this stage. Like, he is so much of the damage coming through from Ivy, especially when you know that that Elder Dragon form, again, it was part of that previous fight, just expired, so let's look to make an aggressive play here, is what Old G would be saying right now. They're pushing out mid. Top even has a little bit of threat, not using the Doom just yet, and really quick reaction speed by Zani there. Another kill for on Addy.
Jesus. We're up to 9 now.
Yep. Just play with the boys. You got Greaves. That's the whole point of the item.
Yeah, I get... Well, it seems like he's just not adapting. That's the thing. Like, when you have this summon hero Beastmaster like in Enigma, you want to play in this lane. That is in currently. But it just seems like he's not adapting for the game when you're against an Io and against the members on even Spirit, Disruptor. If you're by yourself, they will kill you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great voice. I didn't think the Seb voice line could get better, but apparently could.
Oh, whips back off the haste.
No way, did they give the haste to a goddamn Disruptor?
Why not?
Oh, what a hero.
This is all OG is, right? Like, divide and conquer. That's all they're doing. IO, of course, makes it easier to do, but if you're just going to throw yourself out there and constantly get picked off solo, they'll take it. Like, you're just making their job as easy as possible.
Yep, and now with that gold off the kill, Kitrak was able to pick up a gem, so that's going to make it even easier now for the divide and conquer and to be able to find more pickoffs across the map.
Both teams' map is kind of dark right now. I mean, Ivy have absolutely nothing to be able to play around with, but OG really only have a couple of wards as well of their own. One is going to be around where they're making this movement here on the top side. They'll see the Greaves aura if they're looking to the creep wave too. So, especially once they use those summons up there. So, wonder if it's going to be like no one can pop it because he's just that damn tanky. Ooh, found him.
They did indeed, able to cancel his TP as well. And they've got a lane ward, so they see all of Dire. They don't really get behind, though. Kitrak's going to have the vision for the glimpse back. He'll use it onto Addy. Oh, that's his first BKB as well, and he's not even going to be able to live. And they even get Zani in the tree line. Just the OG tempo is too much for them to handle. Cube just able to escape by the looks of it. Glimpse is back up. Thompson's going for the vision. I guess the wrong way, though.
He's hugging the tree line. He wants it bad. And this is the thing, with that IO, you're just able to go straight on back to farming. The lane wasn't in a position to be able to push into the tower anyway, so why not just continue to split the map up? He's almost got a Satanic as well on Rezo, so he's going to be able to get out of things like the Malefice without even needing to pop that BKB to be able to do so.
What a frustrating game it must be for Ivy, where they've never really been able to take a fight as 5 heroes and like with everything up, every spell and every item.
Oh, Addy. Oh, he just TP'd bottom.
Yep, that's the life of the Enigma, it looks like, for all of this game. Stoikov's going to look for resolution. But a BKB, and Rezo actually wants to turn it back around because he's got the boys nearby.
They could get Thompson.
Very defensive use of the Supernova, but Thompson's going to be stuck inside the middle of it. Is there going to be a play? Thompson's still alive. Seb keeps him healthy. Repairs all the damage. Thanks in the mechanism. Heals. Stoikov, he's doing what he can on the left track, but the damage is just not enough. OG able to tank through it all. No one's into the middle as well. They're just guiding them into oblivion. In and out they go. The dancing shoes are on. As Resolution does spy out Stoikov in the tree line. Leshak healthy for a decent amount thanks to the Bloodstone, but not enough to be able to come out on top. He's done all he could to help Ivy in this game 1, but unfortunately it had just not been enough.
David just bring Kitrak back to the base for a little bit of a regeneration coming through here. And then instantly go back into pushing the towers. I wonder who they got to film that that Seb voice line. Did they commission Odie Pixel for it?
Someone, though. Also, I don't know how you get the old man grunt to it.
Just run a marathon or something.
Oh, another one. Another one. It looks like Greaves and Sunray will make him work for it, though. The Cube's actually going to be able to live. Man, look at that. They place double wards. If you get one, who's going to think there's another one there?
Oh,
They're placed in the middle. Oh, no.
Value.
Oh,
Money.
Oh, and he voice lined as well. A laughing squawk and a triumphant squawk.
They're going to need more than that to be able to come back from this.
That they are. 20,000 deficit. No, the fact is that Resolution's only 2k gold behind no one who's just had a monster game on the Doom.
Can I just take a moment?
Yeah.
They're going to take a Fighters 5. It's happening.
Let's go! They're also going to be running to a high ground blind where Kitrak...
They don't have vision yet.
He's going to see them. Whoa, what a static storm from Kitrak! Just before they get the jump, the reactions are on point from the 5, and
they do, Maddie.
They tried to take a Fighters 5, and it's not going to work out. They're just way too far behind. Addy's got no hope of being able to play around with the black hole, and Stoikov, without the boys with him, it's been such a rough game for the Leshak. He's put all he could into it, but OG had their number.
They're going to be able to retreat, though. I mean, it is a couple. They didn't get the black hole off. They didn't get the BKB. They didn't get the Greaves usage. No one's really been on point with a lot of these early rotations. We knew he needed to play aggressive. Doom, not exactly known as the hero that's capable of doing so, but everything from the laning stage onwards, he's just been amazing. Even playing with that Boots of Travel as well. Good synergy together with the IO. The Walrus Totem is kind of cheating with Topson as well, isn't it? Like, you get the ability of having, like, an extra bit of safety, so it's kind of like a mini rolling boulder, so that you don't have to buy a BKB to be able to get out. You can just use a neutral item for that purpose, and, well, they're still holding on to that gem, so Cube tries to get some deep wards out once again, but he's not going to be fortunate enough to be able to do it. They don't even want to go for Roche. They're just wanting to get these towers pushed out. Again, it's about strangling the space that Ivy have to be able to play with, to be able to get some space to get into that next item. And he desperately wants that Blink Dagger so that he's not just the main target for the Doom every single time.
Man, come on. It's a 27,000 net worth lead. What the hell? How did... Rezo's got a butterfly. He's so farmed. Bottom lane, no one's even just going to solo Doom Stoikov. They got the relocated for quiet. It doesn't even look like they need it.
Nope.
No one with... Oh, he's dancing in front of him.
The 360 Infernal Blade.
No. Oh, God. And this is the thing that... Hopefully we get to see a little bit more out of OG. Just the creativeness that we can see from them in regards to their draft, where, of course, we've known with Resolution being on Secret, he likes his carry off laners, and you can give no one maybe a little bit more of a tempo hero if it's suited for the game. You know, Doom definitely can scale, but he can definitely fight very early on as a one when you get that fast BKB, and you can have Resolution be like the true carry in a way. It's just so much for them to work with. In and out of the drafts, experience from them is just something that Ivy have not been able to manage.
Black hole, maybe?
Oh, let's see if Addy's going to be able to find it. He'll get one, guy with Aegis. Just one, and importantly, like you said, it's onto the guy with the Aegis. He won't even lose his first life. Satanic, and all of a sudden, he's back up to full health, and all of Ivy just evaporate. Oh, gee. What a game one performance from them. It took them a little bit of time to come online, but once they hit that timing, they hit it in full stride.
Yeah, gonna be able to instantly get back outside the base as well. Just the Watt being dropped by Topson. That's that amazing start off, and he's even gone that geomagnetic grip targeting Allies Tower. And I was mentioning during the draft that I really wanted them to go something like, you know, the Snapfire or someone else that's able to reposition to avoid that chain lockdown. Well, Geomagnetic Grip feels kind of nice to be able to get out of any kind of DK arrow combination, but they've just been playing so far on the back foot that I can't recall the last time Ivy have actually had the capability of doing that. they know that they don't have to worry about Supernova. They know that they don't have to worry about Black Hole. So they're going to go for a smoke, but I really don't know what this is going to accomplish. No Elder Dragon form to be able to play around with either. Can't even get the Midas off for that level 18 on the DK. Might be a slight difference maker. Kitrak, look at that positioning. Breaks the smoke. And they find the jump again.
And they're all dead. No one just... As soon as he sees anyone, instant jump on top of them. Ivy have been able to build no formation this game. They're going to play into their last dying breaths. Maybe hoping the fountain will be enough of a savior, but Resolution says no, sir.
Satanic!
We got Aegis, we got Satanic. There's nothing stopping me. He pies back, but no Black Hole as well. It's... And G's going to get dropped. Oh, G. Great game one performance from them.
Oh, Thompson dies. What a noob. But the birthday boy really did show up.